Alright, so I'm going to do a quick recap of what we just finished doing, and if Nina stops singing we can continue. I don't know why she's singing, so I'll take this off. Alright, so we left with just a simple React page of hello, right? And inside our button syntax we're going to take this off again, and this is just revision for you guys, right? And then we'll have a button, and then we'll have props the children because we want to display it in a particular way in the app, right? And then we save this and go to our page, and we have hello. So basically what we are playing with today is props and components, right? So this is our app.js file, and let's change this back to the real name, which is page. I just used that Nina over there to show that we could import it as a different name from what it's actually called, right? So first thing we're going to import is our page components, where we just have hello and whatever name we pass to our components as an attribute, it will display like that. So we come back here, and since this is what we are importing from there, we come and say page, drop that outside and give it an attribute of name, and the first name we used, if you can remember, was Nina, right? And then we save, and we have hello Nina, and we want to have 3 more of that. So next, change the names and say Sweeton, right? And have Rocky Bar, and then we save that. So we have Sweeton and Rocky Bar, right? Of the same width of what h2. So that's for that. We can do other things here, but for now let's just keep it simple. And the next thing we're looking at is our buttons, and we are saying this time props your children. I told you that this children is not self-defined the way this name is self-defined. You can put other things inside here, and also this props is also self-defined. You can call it something else. Like I told you, this props is an object that has the properties that we would eventually give to it whenever we say props dot something. So we are creating, like, this is an empty object first of all, and then we give it property names by doing this, like parameters in function. So let's come to our button and call it inside here. You can see here we have props the children. We're going to render it differently from we are rendering this one. So we say this is expecting us to have children, so we say button. That's how we imported it as over up here, button, and then to have opening and closing tags, and to expect children inside of it. So the first child we say is what? Subscribe, right? Subscribe to my channel, and let's see, get 3 more of it. Next one will be what? Pay, right? And next one is what? Create. I don't know what to be creating, but be creating something. So that's what we have here: subscribe, pay, and create, right? So I also taught how React really wants us to style. Doesn't like us styling externally inside something like this. So it provides us a way to style, and I told you that it allows us to style using the object syntax, right? So we come here and create an object and say what? Button, what? Style, for example. And okay, no, we're not going to put it inside a return statement. You're writing it outside a return statement. That's something that you guys should take note of. Outside our return statement. So this is the function, and we need to create an object outside what you are returning so that we can use it inside what you are returning, right? So we say const button style is equal to an object, right? Yeah, and then we say, I told you that we do not write the styles the same way we are writing styles in CSS, because this is an object syntax, JavaScript. Use camel key value pair statement. So the first thing we want to define here is the width of our button, and like I said, whatever width you are giving is, you don't add the px or whatever you want to add. React also wants to add our pixels to it from by default, right? So just give it 100. What else do we need to add to this? Let's say a background color. So we need to write this a camel case for it to work. Background color, and then colors will be in string, right? So we did tomatoes for everything, tomato, and we can add what else did we add? The border of 2 pixels, and then we now came and said border color. We gave all of them a border color of yellow. Remember, it has to be in strings, yellow, and then that border has to be with an R, so it will work fine. Now what else did we add to this? What else did we add? Look, I remember we said it has to have a color of white so that we can see our text inside. So I need to spell color correctly, and remember this is an object. You don't separate the properties with a semicolon the way you do it in the CSS. You use what, comma. So this is just a minimalistic style, and we save this. How do we call it inside our button as a style? So we call it inside our button as a style attribute, and whenever I need to evaluate something in JavaScript or inside JSX, you need to put inside a curly braces. So we call our button style here, and when we save that, it works fine right here. So we need to separate our components, right? So we say we give it a margin of, let's see, 20 pixels. If you're not putting pixels, so we'll stop and see 20, right? And we can't see our color of yellow around this. So border, that, what did we use the other time? Was it not border color? No, what do we use? Border color, background color. It's not showing up. Let me make this a little bit bigger, so let's see if that's what the problem is. No, that's not the problem. What did we use? 5. That was for the border radius. Let me add the border radius here. Border radius of 5. Okay, remember we shouldn't put, so let's save that. So let me add solid here and see if this works. 5 solid yellow. This is not showing up. I don't know what issue here is. Let me add this here and see 5 solid yellow. Save. Alright, let me take this off. I think this is not working. Okay, I still need to add it over down here. So what really is not working? Let me take this yellow off here. Let me understand what's happening here. Okay, so I can do 5 solid there and a border color yellow. So that's what we're having here. Alright, so because it's a button, we can have that, right? So it's styling it beautifully for us. I also said that we could remember this is JavaScript, and we are putting all this inside this variable we have as button styles. But if you do not want to do that, you can put in our object directly into our styles there, copy it and remove this and paste it there. So we have our objects. Remember, or you can see here we have a double curly braces for put that. If you save it, it still works the same way. So we leave it the way it was. Take this out again and save. So another thing I thought today was that somebody was asking if we need to change the colors for each of these. Remember, we are using just one component to style all these buttons. So if you want them to have different colors, how could we do that? I also said we could use the props prop passing through. So we can come here and say props dot, let's give it the, let's say bg, and save. So see, they don't have any color again because we need to define props. So we come and take this bg and go into the components and then declare it as an attribute and give it the color. So the first one, which is subscribe, we said you have a red color, right? And then the next one, which is pay, we said you have a color green. And then create, you have paste, you have color of let's see, let's still leave it at tomato, right? Because I like tomatoes, not the real tomato though, I just like tomato. So if I save that, everything has different colors, right? And then we also talked about how we can also change that for every other thing. So we can come here and change the background, the border color for some of these things, and just give it the props of BC, which is border color. Save that, it goes to the default black. So we come here and give it an attribute of BC. We say BC. This first one, what goes fine is red. Let's leave that as yellow. Then BC here could be BC equals green goes well with, I don't know, let's use somebody should talk to me. Let's see tomatoes, just because I like tomato, right? And then come over here and give this a different one, BC of gray. I don't know, just playing around. So they have different, I don't know if you can really see this. Let me come over here and zoom in. You can really see what we have in there, right? So that's what we have in this outline. I think these are outlines. Let me remove this and see. I think this is what I would usually do on the CSS. I'll see border set to none. Okay, if I say border none, then I have, let me save this, and I think it should be outline. I don't know. None. Okay, because it's a button, it has to be like that. So let's just leave that way. Did you see how Vite just threw me an error inside the console here? That was nice. Yes, so what else did I do today? Yes, I also noticed that if I want to make, for example, if I want to make the width dynamic, if I say props dot width, they will all have same width for now, not totally same, but content based width. I'll come here and the way I'll declare it, I wouldn't declare it the same way I'm declaring the others. I'll say width, and I have to put the curly braces so that it can evaluate it. Remember I said whenever I want to evaluate stuff, put the curly braces, and that's going to be 100. Let me grab this, so I'll just have to change the values. Come here and paste this, and I'll make this, like we said, let's make it 50, and then let's also make this 100. So yeah, so we have this as 50 and this is 100. Add one more style. Go over and shake cursor. Should be pointer, if I can spell correctly, pointer. Yeah. This is wrong. Yeah, because this should be that. Save that. And then yeah, this is fine. Right? So that's all I have for us today, guys. See you in another time.